estate fraud. Nigeria Center for Disease Prevention and Control raises alarm over outbreak of cerebrospinal meningitis. And the front in United States, United Kingdom launched strikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. And in sports, Super Eagles confirms new replacement for injured Sadio Umar ahead 2023 AFCON opener. And all the details, I am Mike James. The Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority (LASRERA) and Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) have commenced a groundbreaking partnership aimed at curbing fraudulent practices in the real estate sector. The partnership was facilitated during a courtesy visit by the Special Advisor to Lagos State Governor on Housing, Barakat Odunuga Bakari, and the management team of the agency to discuss several issues of fraud emanating from real estate transactions in the state. Odunuga Bakari revealed that the joint forces of the two organizations are needed to enhance the regulations and enforcement of ethical standards within the real estate industry by ensuring a secure and transparent environment for both buyers and sellers. Also speaking, EFCC Zonal Commander, Lagos Command, who's also the Assistant Commander of the EFCC 1, Michael Wetkas, described the visit as a good move that will further assist the Commission in investigating corrupt cases around real estate transactions. Commissioner for Establishment and Training, Afolabi Ayotayo, has expressed the determination of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration to empower the state's workforce with the right skills they need to excel in their roles and contribute meaningfully to the development of the state. Ayotayo stated this at the opening ceremony of a training program organized by the Ministry of Establishment and Training and Office of Sustainable Development Goals in partnership with UK Aid, Foreign Commonwealth Development Office of Tech for Dev, with the theme Digital Literacy, held at the Public Service Staff Development Center, Magodo. According to the Commissioner, the training program represented a significant step in the state's government's commitment to ensuring that the state civil servants are not just participants but leaders in the digital revolution. He said it was also an investment in creating a workforce that is not only equipped for the present but also prepared for the demands of the future. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Abubakar Kyari, says the ministry is working to deflate the prices of food in the country. Kyari also reveals plans by the ministry to exceed cultivation of 500,000 hectares of farmland in food production all year round. Speaking when the governor of Ekiti State, Biodun Oyebanji, visited him in Abuja, Kyari expressed optimism that massive cultivation across the country would bring down the prices of food items and contribute to stabilizing the economy. The minister said the federal government is concerned about the skyrocketing prices of food items as well as the porous nature of the country's borders. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has issued a public health advisory on increased risk of cerebrospinal meningitis outbreak in the country. The Nigeria Center for Disease Prevention and Control, NCDC, had alerted state government and public health authorities to the issue as well as the need to mobilize resources for preparedness and response activities. In a public advisory, NCDC Director General Ifedayo Adetifa said the agency has heightened surveillance to address the rising cases, explaining that cerebrospinal meningitis is an epidemic-prone disease with infections reported all year round in Nigeria. According to him, the center has also deployed a rapid response team to Jigawa and Bauchi states to investigate reports of rising cases and provide medical and laboratory commodities to aid response. The federal government says it is planning to rid Nigerian forests of criminal elements. Minister of Environment, Balarabe Lawal, says security forces will be deployed to flush out bandits and kidnappers responsible for insecurity in those hidden places. Lawal said apart from constituting security risks, Bandits, poachers, kidnappers, and other criminal elements hibernating in the forest are a threat to the Great Green Wall project aimed at fencing the country from desert encroachment. And over to foreign news. The United States and Britain have launched military strikes in Yemen against the Iran-aligned Houthi rebels in response to the group's attacks on shipping in the Red Sea, raising fears of an escalation of conflict in the region. U.S. President Joe Biden warned that he would not hesitate to take further actions if necessary, and that the strikes followed unprecedented attacks by the Houthis on commercial ships in the Red Sea. Biden said these target strikes are a clear message that the U.S. and her partners will not tolerate attacks on personnel or allow hostile actors to imperil freedom of navigation. And over to sports news. Paul Onuachu will replace the Real Sociedad forward Sadiq Umar, who has been ruled out of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON. Umar reportedly suffered a knee injury in Nigeria's 2-0 loss to Guinea in a friendly game in Abu Dhabi on Monday. He is expected to return to Spain for treatment as he joins the likes of Leicester City's midfielder Wilfred Ndidi and Bayern Leverkusen's Victor Boniface on the injury list. The Super Eagles revealed this on its X handle. Onuachu had been named in the Super Eagles provisional 40-man squad for the AFCON, but was dropped for the final 23-man list by Osipa Serio. And that was our news at 12, but just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms, X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, and on YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed 4,000 flats for the staff of Lagos State University last year? Well, you can get more details on the Lagos State government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority LASRERA and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC have commenced a groundbreaking partnership aimed at curbing fraudulent practices in the real estate sector. The federal government has issued a public health advisory on increased risk of cerebrospinal meningitis outbreak in the country. We also told you that the United States and Britain have launched military strikes in Yemen against the Iran-aligned Houthi rebels in response to the group's attacks on shipping in the Red Sea, raising fears of an escalation of conflict in the region. And in sports, Paul Onuachu will replace Sadiq Umar, who has been ruled out of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Adirayodu Olaya. Thank you for listening. This beautiful Friday. My name is Mike James. It's now time for me to step aside for Micah Arocha. It's going to be here to take you through GNI and Go. To have a wonderful time, Lagos.